Hi, welcome to another Buzzin Chat Show here on Buzzin Pattaya. I'm Trevor, and today I'm going to be answering the questions that you guys have sent in and doing my very best to answer them for you in the best way I can. Before we get into that, guys, if you haven't already, check out our Discord group. I know I keep going on about it, but it really is a fantastic group. There's almost 3,000 people on there now. Lots of like-minded individuals just like you that love Pattaya, love what we do here, love the city, etc, etc. And there's some really, really good information and great people on. So guys, check it out. There's a link down below. All right, so now in case you're wondering, what's that over my shoulder here? Well, that's me bird's bread. All right, so I've got a couple of birds here that come up every morning and sit there and they eat the bread and they chirp away, and it's kind of like my connection with nature, if that's the best way of saying it. So yeah, that's what the bread's there for, in case you're wondering. All right, so today's questions. Good questions today, actually. Last week's were a little bit testing, particularly the butterfly stuff and all that kind of things, and finding your baby. And if you missed that one, have a look back. It was a good chat show, actually, to be fair. So today's questions, let me show you. So today, why do pharmacies give you so many pills? What do the tourist police do? Oh man. Working in a bar or a coffee shop, where's the best place to get your Wi-Fi? What are the speed limits here in Pattaya? And I'm giggling because honestly, I love these questions, but they're just like comical, because when you've lived here a while, you kind of think, what speed limit? But anyway, we'll talk about that in a minute. And plastic in Pattaya. What am I talking about there? All right, so the first question then is, why do the pharmacies here give you so many pills? I have to say, you come out, when you go into a pharmacy, like say, I've got a bit of a headache, and you come out like with a goodie bag with like 10 different tablets in there, and you end up rattling like a box of Smarties. And I don't get it, to be honest with you. If I'm being really truthful, I actually don't understand why they give you so many. They'll give you like, oh, this tablet's for the fever, this tablet's for your headache, this tablet's just in case that tablet doesn't work, and this tablet's for that tablet in case that tablet didn't work with this tablet. I mean, honestly, you come out with like 4 or 5 bagfuls of tablets. I have to say, I don't think it's good for you, if I'm being honest. You know, I'm very anti-tablets. I very rarely, only if I'm in like I suffer with gout a lot, so I take pills for gout, but that's it. You know, if I've got a headache, I'm not interested. If I feel a little bit unwell, I'll just sleep it out or just chill out until the emotion passes, etc. I don't like going to pharmacies because you do tend to come out with a bag of Smarties, and it really is difficult to know if they're balancing against each other. And you know, you get the typical, oh, you have any allergy? You allergic? No, okay, here's 10 bags of stuff. And it is difficult. So what I would say is, you know, when you go to the pharmacies and they give you all these tablets, I mean, have a look through what each one does. Quite often, like, you can bin off a couple of them because you think, well, I don't really need that, and just sack it off. And the tablets here, you know, they're very, very cheap. You can walk in and get 5 bags of tablets for whatever, maybe you've got a fever or something, and come out and it's like 100 baht, 150 baht. And again, that kind of contradicts the effectiveness of what these tablets are for, because either back in the UK they're absolutely having it away with a prescription, or out here they're just not really what we should be taking, if you get what I'm saying. So in answer to the actual question, why do you get so many tablets? Truthfully, I don't know. Maybe they throw enough at you that hopefully one of them works and you think, well, good pharmacy that is, I must go back. I honestly don't know, guys. But me personally, unless it's something specific that you know there is a specific tablet that will do the job, I would tend to steer clear. But it seems to be the norm, you know, even if you go to the hospitals, you know, when you go to the hospitals, they will still give you a bag of goodies to come out with. And it's like, wow, you know, flipping, I'm going to rattle it as I walk down the road. So yeah, not really sure on that one, but just be careful is all I'll say. Tourist police. I'm giggling, right, because I am probably the last person in the world that should be telling you about the old bill, because, you know, let's just say we had an interesting relationship when I was younger, and they even gave me free accommodation, which was fair play to them. But anyway, the point being is, what do the tourist police out here do? This is such a, oh man. So, okay, they're volunteers, all right? They have zero power. Let's just get that correct. They have zero power, okay? They're mainly here to assist the Thai police. So when you're out and about, and if you're walking down, you know, they tend to sit around in Walking Street. I don't really get what their angle is. Maybe they like to wear the uniform, maybe it makes them feel a bit special and all that. I really don't get it. But basically their job is to fill in paperwork for like theft claims and insurance claims and stuff like that. They tend to do that back in the Soi 9. When they're walking out and about, guys, they've got no power. They can't arrest you. They can't do any of that. Unless it's changed, which I don't think it has. They've got zero powers. So what they can do is then refer you to an actual policeman, a Thai policeman. So why do they do it? Maybe they want to help. I just don't get it. I'm sorry, like, guys, listen, I'm honest, all right? The old Bill are not my favourite people around. I know they got a job to do and I respect them for what they do, because they do what they got to do. But for me, ain't my cup of tea. So why would you come here and then become a tourist police? It's not even paid. They don't get paid for it. They get a free uniform, maybe a free hard-on, I don't know, whatever they get. But, that they get that situation and then they can't do anything, and all they do is refer you to the real police, or they fill in paperwork all day. I don't know, guys. And if you are a tourist police watching this, mate, crack on. Good fair play to you for doing what you want to do, but it ain't my cup of tea. So what do they actually do? Maybe it's just like a presence. Maybe it's just like they want to make you feel safe. And I don't know. I'm waffling now. I just don't know. I really don't know. It's been a bit of a weird question, to be fair. They're unpaid. They got no powers, and they fill in paperwork all day. I don't know, guys. I'm being honest. I'm sorry. Okay, let's move on. So I've been asked a question. I want to do a lot of my working on my laptop. Where's a good coffee shop place to work that's quiet? Now, I've got to say, okay, so this is where I need your help, guys, because I'm in the deep blue ocean here with lead weights on my feet. I really don't know, because I don't go and work externally. It's not my thing. I've got my computers in my house here, up in Korea. I've got my computers here in my condo. I sit on big double screens, I do all my work. So I don't go into coffee shops to find that sort of Wi-Fi connection and do any laptop work. Very, probably I can count on one hand in the last 5 years the amount of times I've done that. Having said that, I know a lot of you guys that come out here do that kind of thing. Maybe you're still connecting with your work or answering your emails, whatever you're doing. So what I would ask is, can I throw this back to you guys? Can I say to you, can you help me out, please? Because I genuinely don't really know where are the good places here in Pattaya where you can sit down in a bit of quiet and do your work. What I will say is there are places here, mostly, I would say probably 80% of the cafe restaurants and that have Wi-Fi. So, if you was to go down, like say Soi 15 in Soi Buakhao, you've got Mum Cafe. That's a really nice place. It's very quiet and they've definitely got Wi-Fi. You might want to go to Starbucks in the Avenue Mall. Again, that's quiet in there, and that they used to have an upstairs. I don't think they've still got that anymore, but they used to have an upstairs. It might just be closed because of what we're going through right now. But if it does reopen, again, go upstairs. That's quiet. We used to hold some coffee morning meetings up there, and that was really good. But in fairness, I don't really honestly have the answer. I'm doing pretty poor today on these questions. So what I'll say is, guys, most places have Wi-Fi. Have a look at the destination where you walk into. Think to yourself, is that quiet? Can I work there? I mean, like for instance, the Robin Hood in the mall. I'm sure if you go in there, there's areas there where you can sit down. They've got like little tables and booths. Those kind of places. Witherspoons, if you go to Witherspoons at the back, again, they've got Wi-Fi there and it's quiet at the back area. If you're over in Jomtien, Hemingway's, they've got a lot of booths there where you can put your laptop up and work. So that's the best I can offer you on this one. Sorry guys, but if you do know somewhere that you think, hey listen, that's a definite go-to place, then please guys, drop a comment below and let us know where you think is a good place to head off and do your work in a quiet environment. Speed limits. I mean, well, okay, so we do have speed limits here. Yes, you heard that correctly. We do have speed limits here. And if you go onto the highways, they do have cameras. And trust me, I know, because I've been done. So you've got to be very aware of like, if you're in the city centre, yes, there are legal speed limits. Does anybody stick to them? No. Does anybody care? No. It's more a case of make sure you get from A to B as safely as possible. And I've made mention to it many times about these guys that whiz around on their motorbikes and fly like rockets, etc. You'll often see a police booth on certain parts of the roads here, and you know, people will just fly past them and they don't care. I'll tell you what you have to be careful of though, is a no left turn, all right? They sit on these corners. If you see a police booth, the chances are there's a left turn, chances are. And when I'm saying the left turn, I mean that you've got to wait for the light, or you might be lucky and there might be a sign saying you can pass. As a general rule of thumb, if you're not sure, sit back 50 meters and just watch for 30 seconds and see if other people are doing that left turn. If they are, either run the gauntlet or just wait and be patient for the green light, because there will be often quite a few opportunities where the police will sit round the corner a little bit, and then when you come around think, oh yeah, happy days, and they're like, come here sunshine, you've got a fine coming your way. And yes, I have been done a fair few times. But in terms of speed limits, I believe, rightly or wrongly, I think the speed limit in the town is 80 kilometers an hour, believe it or not. And definitely on the motorways, they upped it not so long back, and it was, I think it's gone up to 120 kilometers an hour now. But you know, the speed aspect, really, I wouldn't worry about it. If you're on the motorways, be careful, there are cameras and you will get done. Particularly if you own the car and it's registered to your address. If you're coming over here to live, or you know, you're a long-term stayer and you've bought yourself a car that you maybe use for 6 months and leave here for whatever. But if you've got a registered address with that vehicle and you do speed, then you are going to get nailed. Possibly. I'm not saying every time, but you're possibly in a position where you will get nailed. Around town, not really. You know, you can pretty much do what you want, if I'm being honest. You know, you'll see at junctions, you'll see these motorbikes that they'll cross onto the hexagon, the stay free area. They'll sit in the middle of that, no dramas, and the policemen will be sitting there watching and just chilling out. They're not really that hot on it, but the left turns, they will definitely nail you on that. So just be very, very careful, because if you do take that left turn and you're not allowed to, the chances are they will be around the corner saying happy days. Last question. Plastic in Pattaya. The question was, why do they give me so many plastic bags and spoons when I go into a 7-Eleven? My friend, it's a really, really good question. I would think environmentally, and I might be wrong on this, so please, you know, bear with me, but I think environmentally, this has got to be one of the worst countries I think I've ever actually been to in terms of giving you disposables and plastic. You know, you go into a 7-Eleven, and here's an example. So you go into a 7-Eleven and you buy 2 packs of beer, let's just say. And then you buy, say, 2 yogurts and, I don't know, a pint of milk, let's just say. Well, number one, those drinks will now go inside 2 plastic carrier bags in case the first one breaks. So you've now got 2 plastic bags. They will then give you a spoon, but they won't give you 1 set, they'll give you 2 sets because you bought 2 yogurts. Even though you're stood there on your own, they might assume, rightly or wrongly, that there's someone outside waiting to share one of those yogurts with you and that you're going to eat the yogurt right now. So you've gone in and you've come out with 2 plastic bags, two spoons. And if you buy, you know, you might buy a snack like maybe a cheese and ham toastie or something like that, you're going to get tissue, you're going to get the paper, you're going to get all that kind of stuff. And it is quite a waste, if I'm being honest. I don't think it's very good that they do that, because at the end of the day, you know, it's not really necessary. What they did do to try and combat that was they then started bringing in a charge where they took a lot of the plastic bags away from places and you had to buy one. And that was encouraging you to then bring your own plastic bag. But the trouble is, in many places, these bags are like 1 baht, 2 baht. Is it really worth stuffing a plastic bag in your pocket, walking down to the shop and bringing it out and say, hey, I've saved myself 1 baht? So it didn't really have the desired effect, if I'm being honest. I don't see a lot of change. What I do see is bins full and rammed full of plastic bags and spoons and stuff like that as disposables. So, you know, where do they go with this? Truthfully, I don't know. If you don't want a bag, you can say mai sai tung hab. It means don't put inside a bag, mai sai tung hab. And if you don't want a spoon, say mai ao chong hab, which means I don't want a spoon. It's okay, I don't want a spoon. If you go into the 7-Elevens, they're quite strict on no bags and they will charge you. If you go into the family marts, they're pretty much just give you a bag. Go into Big C's and Tesco's, again, they'll charge you for a bag. So there are some on board, and there are some that really just disregard it. And if you go into any of the Thai places, like a Thai hardware shop or a Thai food shop, whatever, you're going to get bags and spoons. No. Same with drinks. You know, I'm 54 years old. I don't need a straw to drink a small juice bottle, but they give you a straw. And again, you can say male lot, which means I don't want a straw. So they tend to, like, I don't know, it's like treat you like you're 5 years old. Here's a little spoon, here's a little straw, and here's 2 bags in case the other bag doesn't work. There you go. So yeah, I don't know whether they're going to ever tidy this up, probably not, but the point being is they do give away a lot of stuff. All right, guys, so that's today's questions. Not really great answers, if I'm being honest, if I'm being fair with you, but they're the answers I can give you. Guys, if you do have a question you'd like me to answer, please drop an email to me, 247pattaya@gmail.com, and I will in turn answer that question for you. And just to recap, so why do you get so many pills from the pharmacy? Truthfully, you rattle like a box of Smarties when you come out. I really don't get it. Have a look through the pills and take out the ones you think you don't actually need, and maybe focus on the ones you believe in your own mind that maybe, or just Google them. You know, a lot of these you can Google, so have a look at them. What are the see, I can't even say the word without laughing. What a spanner. The tourist police, no powers, do paperwork and look the part. Working in a bar or a coffee shop, guys, drop your comments below, please. Help me out. I don't really do that kind of thing, but I'm sure many of you have found these little secret hideaways where you think, that's great, I can sit there, do my work. Please, you know, share away. That's the beauty of our community. Speed limits. What speed limit? Yeah, I mean, just be careful. If you are driving a car that's registered to you and you're heading up to, say, Bangkok, or up to the, I don't know, up around, traveling around Thailand, don't be surprised if there's a nice little letter wait for you when you get back. Not sure what happens if you don't pay, actually. I've always paid mine, but I don't know what happens if you don't pay it. I don't know, no idea. And plastic, yeah, they do tend to throw a lot of plastic at you, so be prepared. And if you don't want it, remember, mai sai tung, don't put it in a bag. Mai ao chon, which I don't want a spoon, and mai ao lot means I don't want a straw. That's pretty much the 3 basic sentences you're going to need if and when you go into like a 7-Eleven or a Family Mart. All right, guys, that's it for me today. Guys, please, as always, remember, hit the subscribe button and also the bell icon if you'd like to be notified when I bring out a new video. Check out our members area. More and more members now joining each and every week, which is fantastic, and I'm getting more and more businesses have all said when we can reopen, of course, your members are welcome, and we'll give them either a free Buzzin shirt or we'll give them a discount of some description. And guys, check out our Discord area. It's going from strength to strength, and there's so much more to come on there. Okay, guys, that's it. Thank you very much for watching, and please, as always, wherever you are in the world, stay safe.